Hey, what's going on? Mathew Tamin here. Today I want to share with you another powerful information that can change and transform your business. And as always, make sure that you have something to write with, whether it's your sheet of paper, a tablet, or iPad, or whatever that you want to take notes on. And if you have to pause the video to go somewhere quiet so that you're not distracted, please do that right now, because I want to make sure that you take this, you apply it, and you're going to see a change in your business immediately, guaranteed. So today I want to talk to you about the power of rare, right? There's certain gems that you can find, but in a certain part of the world. There are certain animals that you can't find, but in a certain part of the world. That's where they're from, and you have to go there to see those animals. So there's certain cars that maybe a certain amount were made and no more, So there is something about the rarity that just makes people want it more. There's something about when things are rare that make people want it more. And when I decided to transition my business, this was a key turning point for me, because I realized that I was giving people so much information and they were taking that information and making millions off of it, but I had to become rare. So I don't do a lot of podcasts with different people or speaking engagements or what have you, and that's for a reason. Not that I just don't want to do it, but I'm extremely strategic in terms of the invitations that I accept. I get so many emails, so many, and I rarely accept to do things like that for a reason, because for me, branding is something that is part of your rarity. So the power of rare, there's something that is rare about what you're doing. Okay, you just don't want it to just be, willy-nilly, as we say. And when people see that what you're doing is rare, they are gonna want it so much more. There's something about the human mind that we want what we're not supposed to have, or what we know is, limited, whatever you want to call it. So the first thing is, when you have something that's rare, it gives limited access to you. So what that means is, not everyone could just contact you at any time or talk to you at any time. Take, for example, our president or anyone that's in a position of authority. You can't just go to the White House and just talk to the president. And in most countries, you can't just do that. You can't just go and just speak to a 4 or 5-star general and you just a brand new cadet. You can't do that. There is a chain of command that you have to get through. So when you have something that is rare, that limit access to you. Now, I've taken a lot of time to build my business. I've invested so much. I'm constantly learning, growing, and improving myself. So you want to make sure that when you do that, you limit access to you, because you don't want to give everyone access to you. I've noticed that when people have too much access to you, their respect level just drops. They don't respect you as much as they did when they just first met you. So that's why I don't go to parties, I don't go to bars, I don't go drinking, I don't go hang out just any place. I'm very strategic in the people that I give access to, because I've seen this happen. The more people get closer to you, the more comfortable they become, and the more comfortable they become, the more disrespectful that they get. They get so comfortable that they start using certain language around you. Like, for those that know me, I don't cuss, and I don't accept people around me to cuss. So right then and there, if I give people too much access, or if you give people too much access to you, then that barrier is broken, and then they just penetrate it, and before you realize it, you're having arguments and fights and frustration. And so you want to limit access to you. By having something that's rare, you limit access to that. And also, rarity create demands. So when you have something that is rare, it create a demand for it. And you've seen this time and time again. There's certain gems that, you just don't get anywhere, or maybe they're rare. People want it. When a company like Apple decides to create, if they still want to create this particular product, and there's only going to be 50 of them, no more, no less. That is going to drive up the demand. So by creating that, you can have the price, you can set the price to be whatever you want it to be. So when there's a demand, like supply and demand, when you have control of that, then you have control of what you're able to charge. So when you have something that's rare, you create demand for it. That is why some people just want to buy certain cars, because there's just a limited quantity that's ever made. So another thing too, by having rare, is it creates strategies for raising prices. So when you have something that's rare, you can be able to raise your prices. Now, you just want to raise the prices. Okay, well, just for whatever, I'm just going to raise the price. But when you have something that's rare and you see that there's a huge demand for it, then you can say, okay, that's part of the marketing strategy, and I don't blame you. You know, so when you have something that's rare, you can create different pricing to raise your prices for it and get more. Why not get more? Another thing too is you have, when something is rare, you have the wait list is limited, opportunity. So when something is rare, you have people get on the wait list. Like with the program that I'm doing, I take a handful of people, about 25 businesses for the entire year. The only time that someone get on that list again, if someone else drops out or someone else leaves, but as long as I have those 25 spots are full, I don't take any more clients at all. I don't care how much they're paying me, because I'm dedicated to those clients. I'm committed to them to make sure that their businesses succeed, because I work with them on a one-to-one basis. So when you have something that's where you have a wait list, you know, that people want to get on the wait list to be part of it. And then one thing too is here, you pay more to get closer to the guru or the creator of something. When people want to access someone that's created something extremely successful, you just don't go to them. You know, if you want to have a one-on-one meeting with, let's say, Tony Robbins, it's going to cost you a lot more to have a one-on-one meeting with Tony Robbins compared to his, you know, one of his salesperson, right? So that always works that way. You pay more to get to the guru. So what I'm saying to you is, you want to create some type of rarity in your products. You know, you want to create one product that is so rare, because when you create something that is so rare, it's going to be such high demand that you can raise the pricing. You give limited opportunities for it, and people have to pay more to come and see you personally. So that's what you want to, that's part of a strategy that really works. But if you're going to create something that's rare, it really has to be something that has value, because people pay for value. And when you have something that has value, you always win. So utilize this here. Think about this for a minute, okay? See how you can be able to use this with your existing business, or maybe you have to launch a brand new product or start a brand new service that you want to apply this to. When it's rare, people are going to look for it, they're going to want more of it, and they're going to pay you whatever price tag that you're asking for. So the dollars start coming in and your business